Jeff Zeleny, and out front now, Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, also the vice-ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, thank you for your time tonight. You were one of the first to call for Pruitt's resignation, and that obviously is not happening at this moment. And in fact, the president is not pressuring him to resign. He is calling him fantastic person, fantastic job tonight on Air Force One. And we're reporting, talked about promoting him to Attorney General this week as all of this avalanche of ethical questions was being raised. Your reaction?
Well, Donald Trump has a staph infection, and Scott Pruitt is the poster boy for the most ethically corrupt and compromised administration of our lifetimes. It's remarkable that he's still in office, even with what we know just now, and that the president is standing by him. The guy has the real estate deal of the century in D.C., paying $50 a night to the wife of a prominent energy lobbyist whose firm has multiple clients with millions of dollars worth of business before the EPA, including ExxonMobil and Cheniere Energy and Stanley Black & Decker. He appointed to take over the Superfund program a guy who had loaned him hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a house and to buy an interest in a baseball team. The guy has absolutely no history at all in environmental protection, and he's head of the country's Superfund program cleanup, all because of this personal relationship. And he's making, I think, $160,000 or $170,000 a year. And he's been banned from doing banking in America by the FDIC because of various transgressions. So this is just an ethical sewer. The only swamp in the country, or the only wetland that the EPA chief has been protecting, is the ethical swamp in Washington. And it's just amazing to us that this guy is still in office. The dozens of members of Congress, including several Republicans now, have called for his resignation.
Yes, I mean, others, obviously, including Rand Paul, have come, strenuously to his defense. But, we're also learning tonight, Congressman, that several senior EPA officials have sidelined, even suspended, for raising concerns about Pruitt spending. The New York Times is reporting of a proposal for $70,000 for 2 desks in his office suite. And the New York Times says some of these concerns by senior EPA officials about spending were brought directly to the White House Personnel Office. So all of this has happened in the past. We've seen people demoted, suspended without pay, reassigned to less prestigious roles. And this has been happening over months before any of this broke in the media. Your reaction?
Well, this is the pattern. They're appointing foxes to supervise the hen houses, and predictably, there are conscientious public servants in all of these agencies and departments, including even some political appointees, but certainly the civil servants, who are blowing the whistle. And then they retaliate against the government employees who complain about stuff like Pruitt spending, I think, more than $180,000 on travel, foreign travel, first-class air tickets all over the country. He's the first EPA chief in memory who travels with a complete security detail, which is just absolutely unprecedented what's going on here.
So, the top Democrat on the Oversight Committee, of which you're also a member, is calling for a hearing with Pruitt and his top aides next week. Do you think Pruitt will still be there next week, or will the president fire him?
Well, here's what we're hearing, that they understand that he's at the center of this corruption scandal now, and it's engulfing him and the rest of the cabinet, and of course the president himself, who's the emoluments king. But they seem to be doubling down for him because he's doing precisely what he's been sent there to do, which is to turn over EPA regulation basically to the polluters in America. So they're dismantling the legal and regulatory apparatus we have to try to protect clean water and clean air in the country. So it's a remarkable thing. If you're willing to give the store away, they'll stand by you no matter how much you're spending on foreign travel or fancy furniture, or how much you're bringing in all of your buddies and business partners to hold high public offices.
Congressman Rankin.